What are the 4 critical business functions dealers need to pay attention to in 2025?
If you know these 4 critical functions and you start to work on them, master them, you will make hay in 2025.
Hey, I'm Travis Miller.
Hey, and this is Jimmy V.
And this is the show that helps you build a better dealership.
All right, T. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go. Let's talk about the 4 business functions that these dealers need to focus on in 2025 if they want massive success. That's why we're here, right? Massive success to improve, to be better. This is the Better Dealership Show,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And ESP, man. ESP is what we're after. Enjoyable, simple, and prosperous business and life. But
that's right. Nothing better than that.
It's important that we say there are 4 things because potentially there are a million things. And if you are the top executive, you're the owner, founder, the CEO, the general manager, whatever your role is, there are a million distractions vying for your attention and energy and time. And we believe these 4 are the ones that are most worthy of your time and attention. And by focusing your time here versus everywhere else, you can make the most impact and get the most traction in your business. That's why it's important.
Yeah, I mean, this gives you a roadmap of the most important things to be thinking about and to ensure are going on and improving in your business on a monthly basis and ultimately throughout the entire year. So let's jump right into the first one. The first critical business function every dealer needs to focus on in 2025 is marketing. You know,
marketing.
It's not surprising, Travis, that 2 marketing guys would say that marketing is one of the 4 critical business functions. But, I mean, it is. That's why we say that.
Yeah. Look, you have to have control of the inflow of sales opportunities to your business. Period. If you don't, then you're a rudderless ship. You know that you're at the whim and at the mercy of the market and whatever it chooses to send you. And too many businesses, too many dealerships operate this way, where they just sort of get what they get. You know, you get your fair share. You look, well, I'm getting a little more than him, a little less than him, and I guess I'm okay being right in the middle of the pack. And then as sales go down, your sales go down. As sales goes up, your sales goes up. But like, how about like really having control over it so that like we like to think of it like a volume knob. You want more traffic, you want more leads, you want more sales, turn up the knob. That is lacking in the vast majority of businesses and the vast majority of car dealership businesses. They simply get what they get and are expected to be happy with it. And I think to a degree, this has worsened over the last few decades and is largely by design. I think that the powers that be in the industry really want for dealerships to just be satisfied with getting what they get, right?
Right, but, and they want to be in control of it. As you know, like any powerful entity, they want, total control. And what better thing to be in control of, to control you as an individual business, as an entrepreneur, than control over your lead flow, the vital lifeblood of your business. This is like in a car, you got to look at a certain number of things to make sure the car is going to get you where you need to go. You got to look at the speedometer, you got to look at the check engine light, and you got to look at the gas gauge. This is the gas gauge. Marketing is the gas gauge on your business. If you don't have any marketing in the tank, you're not getting very far down the road. Marketing is the gas. So, yeah, you have to focus on it. You have to put effort into it. You have to fill the business up with it. And, it is harder. It's harder today because it's more fragmented. There's more media opportunities, more technology involved. It's complicated. Yeah. And, there's a million things you can spend your money on. So it's hard to determine what you should spend your money on. That's why marketing is one of the 4 critical business functions that every dealer needs to focus on in 2025.
But it's not something you should just outsource. Not something you should just outsource to, some, to an intern or to a, to a low level person or to a, to your co-op package or, to the preferred vendor.
No,
It's too
you should.
important.
Yeah, you should be in control of it. You should have a partner that you can trust, that knows what the heck they're doing, that has specific experience working with dealerships. Otherwise, you're just going to throw money away. I mean, that's just how it's going to work. And look, marketing, even when all of that is true, there's still testing and measuring. There's still waste. That's just the beauty or ugliness of marketing. You have to, you have to test things before you find out what works. So,
yep, that's right. Okay, second item on the list: leadership. Like, leadership and bossing are two separate things. A lot of people are really good at being the boss, right? But leadership is something totally different. And leadership is about inspiring other people to take action, inspiring other people to rise up and do more than they thought possible. It's about understanding how to hold people accountable, how to help people make decisions about maximizing and optimizing their impact in the organization and their lives. And leadership is a learned skill.
of course. And absolutely a learned skill. Leadership is about charting a course for others to follow. And when we talk about leadership here, we're talking about leadership of yourself, right? To ensure that you are, as the leader, are making the right choices for yourself and for your business, but also the leadership of others.
Yeah.
How you lead others, and also as you teach others to lead, right?
Yep.
So there are layers of leadership that need to be focused on in this category here, and improved upon. If you can improve your leadership of self and others throughout the year, your dealership will improve. Your dealership will be better. You will get more in 2025, period.
Yeah, so this kind of requires having an appetite for leadership material, great books, surrounding yourself with other good leaders, people you can learn from. And so what's your plan? I would invite you to think about, what am I doing this year to grow myself as a better leader?
Yeah, I would recommend, just as a tidbit here, recommend all of the Patrick Lencioni books. They are great leadership books. 5 Dysfunctions of a Team is the first one. And then go through the rest of if you want something to do and focus on in the leadership category, I would recommend that. If you've not gone through those books, they're wonderful.
Great tip.
So we've got marketing as the first critical function every dealer needs to focus on in 2025. We've got leadership of self and others as the second critical business function every dealership needs to focus on. Let us know in the comments what you think of the first two. And we're going to tell you what the second two are in just a second. But we really would love to get your feedback. Also, if you can smash the like button and the subscribe button, so you show us your love here and let us know that you want to receive every video that we put out, because we're going to be putting out some bangers here. We got some great content that is all geared toward helping you build a better dealership and have a life and business that's enjoyable, simple, and prosperous.
Yeah. And by the way, share this with a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the share button, copy the link, send it over, however you prefer to do it. But tell your friends, tell other people in the dealership, spend a few minutes hanging out with Jim and Travis and get some fresh ideas and some new thoughts. And we would appreciate that. And I'm sure they will too.
That's what thought leadership is all about, Travis.
That's it. All right, let's move on to number 3.
Okay, the third critical business function every dealer needs to focus on in 2025 are systems. Is it our systems and processes? Okay, so
is that one thing or two things? Yeah.
Is it one thing or two? Systems
it's not a grammar
process.
show, Jim.
Yeah, I know. Let me get out my it's a English language book of
it's not a beauty competition either. So obviously, just look at us and listen to us, and you'll know instantly. No beauty competition, no grammar contest. It's just two dudes talking about what they know, which is making life and business ESP, enjoyable, simple, prosperous.
Right. Okay.
And I'm sure you will tolerate ugly dudes and bad grammar if you can get ESP in your life.
That's right. Well, I'm sure you got a lot of bad grammar and ugly dudes in your life already. So we're just 2 more. We just hope that we're a little bit more charming, and we're on video and all that. And we're on YouTube. Who's
big
not
on YouTube? Big on YouTube.
Systems and processes, Travis. You have to have systems and processes. Why? Because it makes life easier. It makes it more ESP. If you have dialed in systems and processes and you know that people are doing what they're supposed to do because you've thought about it and you've outlined it and they're doing it, that makes life so much better than if you're wondering if people are making stuff up every single time differently and creating chaos where there should be order.
And a simple way to go about, refining this is you pick one a week. You got 52 weeks in the year. Let's say you take 4 weeks off. You got 48. Take one time each week and focus on a single system and or process. Get someone in the organization that is good at attention to detail, taking notes and stuff like that. Bring them with you. And sit down, start audio recording or video recording and document the process, right? And there are a lot of tools available now. You can take the recording of how the process works. Think about this. Get a transcription of the recording, all right? Go to ChatGPT and drop the transcription in and say, this is transcription of us talking about process X, right? Please convert this transcription into a detailed bulleted list of, the process, particulars. And this will happen. So you could spend an hour, observing the process and talking about how it should work. And then another 10 minutes with the transcription and AI stuff. And you will have documented a single process. If you did this one time a week for the 48 weeks of the year, you'd have 48 critical systems or processes in your business documented. And think about how much farther ahead you would be at the end of this year than you are right now. And that's simple. That's like an hour a week. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's a great format and formula, Travis, for improving that. I highly recommend that. All right. The final of the 4 critical business functions you need to focus on in 2025 is, well, it's hard to say which is most important, but this is critical. They're all critical. This is the critical stuff, not the non-critical stuff.
No, we didn't include any of the non-critical ones in the list.
Right. This is culture. This is about building an environment within your dealership that is that inspires people to greatness, that inspires people to follow a prescribed set of values that you have set for the business. And really, that's one of our core jobs as a leader, is to set the tone and to set the values and to ensure that people understand the values and use the values as measuring sticks for their activity and their choices and decisions. And then ultimately that culture is created and flourishing inside the business.
Yeah.
And so few car dealerships, I think, focus on culture. So few car dealerships have a culture system in place. And here's the negative, or here's the reality of culture. It's really a negative, I think, is that if you don't focus on building culture, you'll have culture anyway, but it will be a culture that gets created on its own. And often that's not the culture that you really want in the business had you built it and designed it from scratch.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Look, this is about standing for something. It's about believing in something. It's about there being purpose to the work that we do and recognizing the impact that is made by the good people who work in the organization by doing the work that they do, how they make the world a better place, like how they make the community a little bit better, how the positive impact they have on the customers. And look, I know there are cynics out there who are going to say positive. There's no positive impact. We sell cars, positive impact. But I would invite you to think about, what role does a car play in a person's life? And what's the impact of making a good car buying decision versus making a bad car buying decision? And so if you can just orient yourself around, hey, cars are important. They're a big part of people's lives. And we help people make good car buying decisions, then you're already 50% there. Those simple 2 things. And now, how do you spend your time? Spend an hour or 2 a week talking about this idea to the people in your dealership about why they matter and about why the work that you're doing collectively matters. And that's not happening at most dealerships. And if you do, what you'll find is that you'll hold on to better people longer. it'll be easier to attract great people, right? And the culture will have an immediate and long-term impact on the interaction with customers and on your reputation, on your reviews, and in your satisfaction. And ultimately, critical part of building a life and a business is ESP, enjoyable, simple, and prosperous. These things go together well. Working at a car dealership doesn't have to be terrible. It can be great. It can be fun. It can be a wonderful place to work. And it all starts with you setting the tone, setting the course, and creating a culture that is meaningful.
All right, Travis, that is it. That is the 4 critical business functions every dealer needs to pay attention to, focus on in 2025.
Absolutely.
We got marketing, we've got leadership, we've got systems and processes, and we have culture. Listen, we would love to know which of these is most important to you. Why don't you put it down in the comments and let us know and share it with others? If you want to continue this conversation, I suggest that you head on over to betterdealerships.com. Over there, you will find our Facebook group for dealers, where we talk about topics like this and try to help each other build a better dealership and improve the dealership community as a whole. And we have lots of dealers conversing over there on topics like this and others. So please join us at betterdealerships.com.
You can also check out richdealers.com to learn more about the work that we do and the way that we work directly with dealerships to help them increase traffic sales, profit, and ultimately build a life and a business as ESP, enjoyable, simple, and prosperous. So that's at richdealers.com. Check it out. Come be part of the group. We're excited to have you.
Until next time, stay classy.